You can work 40 years of your life. Wake up early, face traffic, deal with a bad boss, give your best effort, and still end up tired, in debt, with that bitter feeling that it wasn't supposed to be like this. Because the truth is, working hard doesn't make you rich. This isn't a criticism of effort, it's a warning about strategy. Some people have been grinding for decades, holding more than one job and still can't breathe financially. It's not a lack of effort. It's too much effort in the wrong place. So if this video made sense to you, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. We live in a culture that glorifies exhaustion. The more you suffer, the more honest you seem. But let me ask you honestly, do you want to be admired for working hard? Or be free to live however you want? Because the truth is, those who work too much almost never have time to get rich. Why? Because the mind is focused on the now, putting out fires, surviving. And getting rich requires planning, strategy, long-term vision, things that don't grow in the mind of someone who's exhausted every day. That it's hard to hear. But it's liberating. You might be doing everything right inside a system designed to keep you stuck. And while you chase promotions, raises, or overtime, someone who understands the game is earning more, not because they work more, but because they work differently. It's not about doing less, it's about working smart, about stopping to trade raw effort for crumbs, and starting to build something that truly pays off. The point isn't to stop working, it's to start using work as leverage, not as chains. And that's exactly what we'll talk about now. Because when you understand the game, you stop running in circles and finally start climbing. Have you noticed how the richest people in the world aren't necessarily those who work the hardest? Many people wake up early, grind all day, work overtime, and still have a negative bank balance. Meanwhile, some seem to do less, and yet watch their wealth grow month after month. This isn't magic, it's a different game. A game almost. No one teaches, because if you understood it, you might stop obeying. While most sell time for money, the rich learn to buy time with money. They swap direct effort for systems, assets, and leverage. But what does this mean in practice? Let's simplify. When you work, you trade your time for money. When you invest, you trade money for something that makes more money, without your constant physical presence. And when you build a system, like a business, a brand, a channel, a product, it keeps running even when you stop. That's why the rich focus on creating assets. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket while you sleep. It can be an investment, a rental property, an online course, a franchise, a monetized channel. The format changes. The logic is the same. Now think about it. If you work all day, and at the end of the month what you earn only pays the bills, you don't have income, you have survival. And the rich don't accept living survival. They build wealth that grows, even when they rest. That's why they aren't tied to time. Because their time is multiplied in assets that work for them. And here's the brutal difference. While you work for money, their money works for them. But don't be fooled. Almost everyone started like you, selling time, taking the bus, grinding hard. The turning point happened when they decided to stop just working and start building. And in the next chapter, I'll show you how to do that, step by step, using exactly what you have today. Now that you understand that working isn't enough, and that the rich play a different game, the most important question comes, okay, but what do I do with my reality now? And the answer is simple. You use what you have. Your current job, your salary, your time, all of this can be your raw material. The secret lies in how you choose to use it starting today. Here are 3 practical steps to transform the work you have into the ladder to the life you want. Step 1. Work with the purpose of capitalizing. Stop seeing your salary only as support. Start seeing it as an escape tool. You need to do whatever it takes to have money left every month, even if that means cutting vanities, postponing desires, or saying no to the unnecessary. This is the hardest part for many. Because while you save, you'll see everyone around you spending without thinking. But remember, most live in debt. You're playing a different game. Create a reserve, set a goal. I need $X saved by month Y. That capital will be the fuel for your next phase. Step 2. Learn while you work. Every job, no matter how simple, teaches you something. But most people are so focused on clocking in that they forget to observe the system. If you're a clerk, watch how the owner manages. If you're a driver, understand how the apps, flows, and logistics work. If you're an intern, dive into the company's backstage. Treat your job as a paid school that every customer contact, every challenge, every mistake can teach you skills you'll use in your own project in the future. Learn about management, finance, marketing, people, negotiation. You might be at the base today, but with this mindset, you're already thinking like the top. Step 3. Build assets with the surplus. With capital saved and knowledge in hand. It's time to break the cycle. This is where you turn your work into freedom. Invest in real or digital assets. It could be an online course teaching what you know, a content channel sharing your experience, a product, an online store, a mentorship, a scalable service, or even investments that generate passive income. No matter which, what matters is that you stop living only off your physical effort. What holds you back today can be what frees you tomorrow if you use it the right way. And in the next chapter, we'll talk about the most common mistake that traps thousands of people: earning more and still staying stuck. You've probably seen or lived this up close. A person starts earning little. With a lot of effort, they grow, get a raise, change position, and it seems like now it will happen. But months later, they're in the exact same place. No savings, in debt, stressed. Why? Because along with the raise came the new phone, the better car, the more expensive rent, the trip on installments, the "I deserve it" that turns into a credit card hole. That's called lifestyle inflation. You level up, but spend proportionally or more. And the result? Still no margin, no freedom, no real growth. It's the invisible prison of the middle class. Work, earn, spend, pay, start over, and still feel guilty for not being able to manage finances better. But the problem isn't just financial, it's mindset. Because while most seek immediate comfort, those who want true freedom think in accumulation, reinvestment, and building. It's not about living badly. It's about holding back a little today, so you never have to worry tomorrow. The real turning point happens when you start acting rich before looking rich. And to show you that this is possible, even starting from zero, I want to tell 3 real stories of ordinary people who used work as a ladder. The first is Aina. She worked as an administrative assistant, earning little, tired, and afraid of the future. But Aina decided she didn't want just to survive. While working, she studied at night, took a digital marketing course, and started building a small online business. Today, Aina has an extra income that pays her main bills, and she's on her way to freedom from traditional employment. The second case is Carlos. He was a delivery driver, grinding hours in traffic, but saving a bit of his salary every month. Carlos learned about real estate investment funds and started applying, even with little money. After a few years, his passive income already helps the household budget, and he plans to quit deliveries to focus 100% on investments. Lastly, there is Jonah, a freelance designer. She worked by project without stability. Instead of accepting just occasional jobs, Jonah began building a loyal client network and creating content to attract more business. With this, she opened a small agency and now manages a team, expanding her income and freedom. These stories show a simple truth. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is mindset, persistence, and the smart use of work as a springboard. These people aren't special. They're examples of those who chose to act differently, think bigger, and seek freedom. And if they did it, you can too. You saw that hard work isn't the problem. The problem is working without a strategy. And that using work as a ladder, not a prison, is the key for those who want true freedom. No matter where you are today, you may be starting from zero, tired, with no prospects. But what will take you forward is this decision. Start thinking differently, acting differently, using what you have to build what you want. If you stay stuck in the idea that hard work alone is enough, you'll stay in the same place. But if you understand that work is a means, not the end, life can change. And here on the channel, we don't stay just on speeches. Every week there's practical, direct, no-nonsense content to help you get out of the rat race and build your freedom smartly. So if this video made sense to you, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. That way, you won't miss any new strategy to turn the game around and achieve the life you deserve. And tell me here in the comments, what step will you take today to start using your work as a ladder? Let's go together on this journey.